Kayfabe. Kayfabe.
Do we know? Do you know? Do you have a self record?
Yes.
Do you have a self record? Can you produce a self record? No, you can't.
It's not even the same thing. Again, you terrible with comparisons because that's not even the same thing.
That's what it was referring to. Yes. Yeah, he was punched. That's what I'm saying. He was punched.
He also was like, how you gonna compare something to something and then say it's not the same thing? Then why the fuck are you comparing it? Why bring it up? It's not the same thing.
It's not the same. It's a comparison.
You guys stuck to the congregation real quick. What's poppin'? What's good with you people? Why?
Tommy, you alright, man?
It's poppin' like that.
Tommy, what's going on with you, man? You brothers are crazy. Change the subject, please. What's next? What's next on the fucking agenda? We're not doing this tonight. What's next?
Yeah.
What's next? You brothers, you.
That's how that works. He defended his championship last year too. I mean, he won the opener.
We judge it on a weekly basis. Y'all gotta stop this.
What is a weekly
basis?
I'm not gonna sit here and let y'all do this, bro. Like, there's a weekly
That's what them,
show. We cover
that's what them brothers doing.
We're judging things bi-weekly.
Man, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. That brother pulled up the punch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he talking. But listen,
Because you're a mark, and the people you employ are marks, and the people you listen to are marks.
But we know why you all are here, man. We know why everybody's here. So let's recap Saturday night's main event real quick. That way we could get brothers up here so they could punch, man. We know what they want to do here, man.
But
So I didn't talk to me.
You did that wrong, man. Out the gate. This was Saturday night commercials.
You right, man. You know what? You're right. Cause I'm not trying to get in my JD bag, man. The brother be yelling. But man, out the gate, we gonna punch with it. Fuck it. We just gonna punch. I get what y'all trying to do. We get the old school feel, you know what I'm saying? Tune into NBC so you can watch Saturday night main event. We get it, man. I like the presentation and all of that. But what I do not like is that I tuned in at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to watch a wrestling show last night. And all I watched was fucking... I'm trying not to do it. Boog, I'm trying not to do it, man. But all I watched was fucking commercials. It was commercial city last night. Every 3 minutes of the fucking broadcast, they said, and we'll be right back with more commercial. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, TKO, WWE, like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but y'all don't need this many ad dollars. It's no motherfucking way.
No.
It's no way.
Yo, Nico, it's even worse on the playback. Like, only thing you see is "We'll be back," NBC type shit for like 3 minutes. I'll be fast forwarding, clicking the shit out the remote, trying to get to the next match, man.
I'm talking crazy. Oh, you know what? Actually, we punched past something. This is before we even got to Saturday night main event. Matter of fact, might have been before we got to SmackDown. We actually punched right past this. I just remember what I wanted to open the show with. Look at that, Bug. Look how late I remember this. These brothers this week decided to play in my motherfucking face. Cause you know now we like an hour in. I can get my bars off for real now. Now I can curse. We like an hour in. These niggas decided to play in my motherfucking face this week. Not even my face. We just gonna be. I'm being completely honest. Scooter, you was right. You was right because I think you kept hinting at this too, man. The backstage dynamic between Paul Levesque and Dwayne The Rock Johnson is fucking crazy. Like these brothers are having a power struggle. So you telling me y'all made this brother go out on national television, remix his whole entrance to include a Lil Wayne sample to announce that WrestleMania was going to be in New Orleans next year. And then not even a month later after WrestleMania in Vegas, y'all spun the block and told me, you know what? Actually, it's not going to be in New Orleans next year. We going right back to Las Vegas. And then you start getting the reports of why is this happening? Like, why would they do this? Especially so sudden. Like, we don't just see these things from WWE. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially not with WrestleMania, at least. And the reasons that we got, these are the top two that I remember. One is clearly been obvious to everybody all across this year. That's just what it's been. It's a money grab. They just want to go back so that they can make as much money as they made this year or more. That was blatantly said to the public. That was, to me, again, when these guys get on these press conferences after the shows and they start telling me the numbers and shit, this is what I'll be talking about, because this is why you're doing this. You're telling me these numbers so you can tell us how much money you made. And as a nigga that is at home watching on TV, brother Paul Levesque, I do not give a single fuck about how much money you made that night. I swear to God, I don't. I don't care how much merch Cody sold. I don't care what John Cena sold for the 17th world title. I don't give a fuck what Roman Reigns sold. I don't give a fuck what none of them niggas sold in the building. I watch from home. You know what I'm saying? But the niggas in the building, they also spent their hard-earned money to go to that show, and a lot of it. So for you to look at them niggas and tell them, actually, next year you got to do the same thing you did this year. You got to book a flight, go to Las Vegas again, and spend that amount of money to see a wrestling show is fucking crazy, and it's even crazier coming off of a fucking dud. It don't make sense. It just does. It does not make sense, man. We gonna go back
Perfect
to Las
alley.
Vegas. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Perfect alley-oop, Nico, because you speaking from the fans that went this year. I want to talk for the fans that planned on going next year. As a working man, I hear that it's announced in New Orleans. What if I book my flight? What if I book the hotel and it's non-refundable? And now y'all motherfuckers just not good motherfuckers, because I don't want to curse on the show. But like y'all really just sitting here rearranging stuff, and y'all not even thinking about the fans that's really trying to get it early, so that way they won't have to pay more when the time get closer. Y'all really gotta be more considerate. I know we sitting here joking and making fun and shit, but if we really want to talk about it, people really probably book their flights and all that stuff. Like, what if I hit up Lucci and be like, "Yo, can you help me find a hotel that's a little affordable in New Orleans for me and everything?" So before y'all do go around having a little power struggle between you two old heads, please think of the fans first. We appreciate it.
In the words of CM Punk, and this is not, I can't even direct this at the brother Paul Levesque. I can't even direct this at, because he, again, I want to make this very clear. This is not his decision. Paul Levesque is only involved creatively, so he has no say so in where WrestleMania is. But to the TKO executives out there, I didn't even get to the second. I didn't even get to the second reason. So the niggas, again, Quiz, you should have let it fly. We are hour in. You should have let it fly. I'm not gonna lie. The niggas looked at me for the second reason and said, "Oh, the other reason we want it out there is because most of the TKO execs live out there, so it was really easy for them to get there." And
Who give a fuck about a TKO exec?
Oh, that's
like, are y'all niggas dead ass? Are we talking about millions and billionaires having easy access to go to WrestleMania because it's in their hometown? Are we fucking serious right now? Like, again, like Quiz just stated, if I'm a working man and I heard it was in New Orleans, I live in New Orleans. Let's take Lucci for example. Salute to Lucci, by the way. If brother Lucci happened to see that they announced that night, "Oh, WrestleMania gonna be in my city next year. Fuck it, I might as well buy a ticket now. I don't gotta travel, nothing. It's already here. I bought my ticket. Everything's situated me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna set the weekend up so that I'm going to WrestleMania next year." And to his surprise, a month later, they looked at him and said, "Actually, we're not actually going to be able to deliver on that promise because we being greedy." That's come on, my nigga. Like that's nonsense. That's really nonsense. To spin the block and make more money that you made at this year's event after you gave us a dud of a finish. I don't know, man. I need, again, I forgot who said this in the chat, but they said they always found it funny that Vince sold to TKO on his way out. And we see the play now. We see what's going on, man. And I said this too. I always go back to when him and Dana White had their little back and forth over the air over what sports entertainment is. And pretty much what we seeing happen now is what Dana White was saying. Like, nigga, I'm in this for money. I don't give a fuck about nothing, none of that shit you talking about right now. Like, I'm trying to make money. When my fighters come out, we don't care about all that music shit, like none of that shit. They are here to make me money and make them money. So that's what this is, a money game. And we always gonna be in Las Vegas. This is what it is. So now this is what WrestleMania
And you
is
can
gonna
see the
turn into.
difference in the product. Like you can see the eyes. It's more eyes on wrestling before that reason. You don't care about all you care about is money. We see, and that's why people treat UFC the way they do.
That's a fact, man. Somebody, this shit is nonsense. This shit is really nonsense. Like, I guess congratulations to Las Vegas for, and then that was the third report. This is not the only time they're gonna do this. Apparently, like they saying that they are trying to make this a thing. Like this they want to make this the site for WrestleMania.
The spot.
And that's, I don't know, man.
I just feel bad for the fans in New Orleans. Like, got them hype, excited. Like, man, just take it away. It's fucked up. Didn't they give them something else though? I think they gave him like,
yeah, they replaced it with Money in the Bank.
Money
next
in the
year
Bank.
August.
Money in the Bank.
which also is another peculiar decision. Like now,
Yeah,
Money in the Bank.
after Summer.
You feel me? Yeah, now Money in the
So
Bank is
now they
after
changing
SummerSlam.
this up now. Like, oh,
I
Money
think
in
I
the
think
Bank.
they got something to do with the World Cup though.
That too. That is true. Because because the World Cup is here next year, so that is true. But that's just my little rant, man. We can get back to the recap. My bad. I apologize.
One more thing. One more.
No, that's me.
Nah, fuck it. Nah, fuck it. He ain't done. Go ahead, Tom.
No. We not done. Cause like y'all said, like them just making that whole trade and just leaving New Orleans behind. Brother Paul thought he can punch his way out of it himself and say, "Oh no, I understand y'all upset. This is where WrestleMania is gonna be here at, and I have no control over that. But hey, one thing that we could do for y'all next year, New Orleans, Money in the Bank. That's where we're gonna be. Like that's supposed to make things better. But I guess, man, I guess.
But yeah, let's get to Saturday night's commercial display. So after we tried to get the night, I'm not gonna lie, they tried to get us to start the show. You feel me? This kind of caught me off guard. They tried to get us right off the bat. They said, "Fuck it, we're not gonna wait for the main event." Who this? Go ahead, Book.
About them changing and shit like that. The Money in the Bank. Then they moved it back. Like that shit in August.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
moved it.
it's not
That
even
shit
in
is
summer no
crazy.
more.
That shit
Crazy
is
work.
really crazy.
Yeah.
Like I think Soda just said that. So now it's gonna be after SummerSlam next year, which means really there's no intrigue on when the Money in the Bank winner going cash in because it's most likely going to be WrestleMania. That's just what they telling us already. It's nobody gonna pop out at SummerSlam because you got to wait for Money in the Bank after SummerSlam next year. So I think that was an interesting choice as well. But I don't know. I think also though I will say this. I think they seen their schedule after WrestleMania this year and was like, you know what, we got to kind of space this out because we went from Saturday night main event to Money in the Bank next week. Worlds collide the same day. And then, you know what I'm saying? It was just everything back to back. I think Backlash
Yeah.
was 2 weeks ago. So I think that's what it is too. They looked at it and was like, we got to space this out somehow. So I get it from that standpoint, but at the same time, at least make it make sense. Again, that's going to be my constant thing, man. Make it make sense. But again, so after we they gave us the Saturday night main event intro, went to commercial, came back. You said, all right, fuck it. We're going to start the night off. We know what y'all here for, so we're not even going to make y'all wait for it. Off the rip, we get Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn and CM Punk. I'm not going to lie. Them coming out to Seth music, I didn't mind that. It's whatever. But niggas being dressed in all black, I'm not going to lie, gave off the Hill aura last night. I said, nah, this nigga Braun Breaker's here. He's fucking here. Like, he looked like he belonged in that group last night for sure. I'm not saying he didn't before, but it just made sense last night. So him and Seth come out. They get in the ring. You know the crowd. They sing Seth's song. We all love it. And you can see it, the agitation coming on. He's looking like Seth is looking around. You can see him agitated because they're chanting CM Punk in the crowd. And then I'm getting agitated because I know Sami Zayn's music is about to hit. So Sami comes out to the America's Funniest Home Videos music. Brother Cash is pulled up also. Cash, what's going on? Going on, man. But yeah, Sami Zayn pulls up, the music. I hate it, but it's Sami Zayn, so it makes sense. He gets to the ring. I also want to note he was dressed in the colors of Palestine. You know how he's been on this campaign lately and as many around the world. So he came out like that, and it was only right. His tag team partner did the same. But again, you can see the look on Seth Rollins' face. He's agitated because why are these people chanting CM Punk? I just don't like, he's like, what's going on here? Then the brother music hit, and it's like, brother, I know it's kayfabe rivalry and shit like that, but you got to understand why they cheer the brother name. Do you see how the building went up when Cult of Personality hit last night, man? I said, this nigga is really ugly. Like, it took me back to my little kid self. I said, this nigga is really a god in his wrestling shit. Like, this nigga is different. The building erupted for this nigga. Like, then of course, like how Monday Night Raw went off last week, they both get on the apron, get to the ring. They look at it. All four of them look at each other. Fuck the bell. We just gonna start fighting. That's just what it is. They get right to it. Quick little brawl. And I think at this point we all like, all right, shit about to get lit. You feel me? Shit is about to get lit. They start the night off with this. It's really nothing you can do wrong here. At least that's what I thought, Soda. And then after the brawl, as the bell rings, niggas go to commercial again. Soda. Oh my lord. Another 10 minutes of commercials. Shout out to the brother JD, because I know me and Bug was watching this last night live as he was live. But dog, for a 2-hour wrestling show, this is his words, not mine. A 2-hour wrestling show, we might have watched 30 minutes of wrestling last night. And that is not even me being funny. I'm not exaggerating this.
Crazy.
2 hours. It was an hour and a half of commercials. Again, how greedy can these niggas be, man? We understand that it's NBC, but come on, bro.
I'm about to say it's on network TV. What you expect?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know it's on NBC, but this shit is ridiculous, man.
Man,
that's why I watched this shit on the playback.
Yeah.
I need to.
I just watched shit on the playback because I knew them commercials gonna be ridiculous.
So I mean, for what we got in this match, really, I'm gonna get to that part. Don't even trip. I know what we're here for. Man. Matter of fact, Quiz, you could go ahead and unmute Dev for this, because I know Dev, he really the only one that's there, so you can unmute him. But so we get most of the way through the match. Punk was cooking at a point in this match. He was really cooking. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this nigga hitting double moves on Seth and Braun Breaker. Like,
Yeah.
15-year-old me said, this nigga is a god. What the fuck what am I watching right now? Like, and it get to a point where it's just Sammy and Braun Breaker in the ring. You know? I think Seth was, I don't know where Seth was at this point. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Him and Punk might have fought out on the outside or something.
Yeah, he was outside.
You feel me? Sammy goes for the pin. I think he hit the exploder, and then first of all, pause, because I hate that as a move name. I have to say it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I'm trying to think of another name for it, but I don't have one.
I'm just gonna call it the suplex in the corner. He hit the suplex in the corner, man. Then he hit the Halua kick. He tries to go for the 1, 2, 3, and who else but Penguin decides we not gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? This is not how this match gonna end. Now, I'm not going to say I had a problem with this, because I do enjoy that in these kind of matches. But I just want to point out that for the last 3 weeks, this has been a constant for the WWE as well, where matches are not no DQ. Like, you feel me? Like none of these matches have been announced as a no DQ match. But somehow, niggas continue to do things to the referee and not get disqualified. I just want to keep pointing that out. But cool. Paul Heyman pulls the ref out of the way. You're not about to count it. What do you think this is? So I knew this was kind of setting up for something, but I didn't know this is where it was going to go, gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? So you hear the crowd start, you can hear it as the crowd build up. I'm like, all right, somebody there. I'm not going to lie, when the nigga first hopped the barricade, I said, wait, my nigga Roman pulled up to Saturday Night Main Event? Like, we don't even, like, this is vacation time. We don't even do this on the regular. Like, myself pulled up. Then I said, wait, nah, because that nigga ain't been in the gym like that. That's not him. There's just no way. Soda
for his birthday.
You feel me? Like, the nigga said, fuck it, I'm turning 40. Fuck the diet. I'm here. But Soda.
Nah, hold on. You analyzing all this shit from the side camera, picking up Reed coming through the barrier.
I was tapped in.
Hilarious.
I know who that was.
I swear, at first, because I just saw the hair and shit. So I'm like, oh, my son Roman pulled up to a Saturday Night Main Event. Who would have thought? What the fuck is going on now? And then I'm like, nah, that ain't Roman. What the fuck? And as I said it to myself, I'm like, that ain't Roman. Who the fuck is that? The nigga starts charging at CM Punk by the barricade on the outside. And I said, I see what's going on here, Soda. Big Bronson Reed made his return last night. If everybody remembers, he broke his foot about 6 months, about 8 months ago. Yep, Survivor Series, War Games. So he runs through the barricade, gets Punk out of the match. Clearly, he's not coming back from that. This is packed him right up. I ain't gonna lie. He said, have a good night, sir. And as this is happening, Sammy's looking like, what the fuck? Turn around. We get the super spear from Braun Breaker. 1, 2, 3, they get the victory, right? And then we get an interesting little moment next, because Bronson Reed slides into the ring and he has a stare down with Braun Breaker. So Braun Breaker, you know what I'm saying? He do the Undertaker like he about to, you know what I'm saying? He said, hold on, because this nigga, he got in the ring like he want to fight. Let me adjust the uniform real quick. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Let me adjust the uniform. Seth said, hold on, young bull, back up. I got you, bug. We're going to talk to him like he from Philly. Hold on, young bull. Back up. I got you. and he embraces Big Bronson Reed, and he is revealed as the third man in this group. Now, I just want y'all initial thoughts. Since Cash just got here, let's get Cash initial thoughts on this moment right here, man. What did you think?
I was right, but I was half right. I told y'all a group was coming out of this. I said to pick Bronson Reed. I'm not mad at this at all. In a lot of ways, it makes sense. Seth didn't help Roman out. Punk did kind of brag about breaking Bronson Reed's foot. It kind of works. I'm not mad at it. What say you guys?
Go ahead,
I
Scooter.
thought it was Pat. I thought. Oh, School, go ahead.
Now it might just be me, but I've been thinking about this since that. Wouldn't it have made more sense since these brothers kind of came back around the same time? Well, since we see these brothers appear around the same time, to have Bronson Reed continue what he was doing with the Bloodline 2.0 and just have JC get with Seth. I feel like the writing would have been easier to work that out just because Bronson was beefing with Seth. If a nigga splashed on me, pause, a bunch of times, I'm not gonna be friends with him no more. So, like, I'm not gonna just be cool with him out of nowhere. So I thought it was kind of weird that they picked
So sorry.
Bronson
Oh,
to
damn,
join
sorry.
it. Now, on paper, that's a fire group, but I just didn't think it made sense for him to join the group. I didn't think it made sense for Seth to want him to join the group when then they could put him out for a minute.
Yeah, that man tried to kill you, man. Like,
Yeah, I feel like if they would
I,
have put JC with him, then it would just been Paul Heyman making a call to acquire one of the hottest free agents, and he's part of the future, which Seth Rollins is supposed to be the future. So I feel like that would have made sense. And then Bronson Reed was already with Solo, so him coming back and still being cool with them would have made sense.
if the new bloodline thing was still as powerful, that would have made absolutely perfect sense to do it that way. Them boys low key ain't been powerful since Solo lost to Roman at the beginning of the Netflix thing. Not to mention, we also have to factor in what happened during War Games. And Punk was bragging about getting Bronson Reed up out of there right after War Games.
Yeah, I mean, so that has reason for Bronson Reed to have an issue with
With Punk, yes.
Punk, but that don't Seth bring him to the squad doesn't make sense because if you beat my ass multiple times, I'm not gonna have you join my squad.
It depends on what kind of deal was worked out. I don't know.
So, Cash, if I beat your ass multiple times, you
It's
will be like, yes.
WWE, man. Stranger shit has happened.
yeah, they gotta at least. Okay, what's the deal here? Let's get to the deal. I could understand Bronson Reed first. Oh yeah, I'll be down with the squad, but Rollins, he gotta explain.
Yes, stranger like
My ass.
enemy of my enemy is also like my friend type shit. Like I don't like stranger shit has
Yeah.
happened in WWE.
I said the exact same thing just last night. They all have the same enemies. They're all under Paul Heyman, who does like that's his whole character is how he plans. And I think what this is all, I think it adds layers to Bronson. You know, he's not just a big dumb guy. He's willing to work with someone like Seth because Seth has achieved a lot. You know, he has achieved more in the company than Bronson has so far.
I still
And
think they add one person too.
I didn't think it was going to be Bronson either. I thought that was really random. I think they did that for the pop. I think they wanted to pick someone we weren't expecting, but I wouldn't. I still think it all adds up, and we can easily get that dynamic. Why? And the question why would Seth want someone that fought him? Seth did beat him in the end, and knowing Seth's character, he's probably not intimidated by a person he's beaten already. He probably feels like he has control over Bronson. I'm sure Heyman, has a good say in everything that's going on. So the explanation we get in the end is probably going to come from Heyman, not Seth.
Absolutely, it's gonna come from my end. Like,
Yeah, I was
I
thinking the
forgot
same.
he did beat. I forgot they did fight. He beat Bron Reed.
Yeah, he beat
So now,
almost.
yeah,
okay, yeah,
He
yeah, he
beat
got his get back. So
he beat almost too. Like Seth ain't scared of big dudes. He can hit them and do away with them as he pleases, as far as we can
speaking of
tell.
Omos, where is Omos?
I saw him comment the other day saying like he can't wait to get back to action and stuff. So he's clearly just being iced out. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But before we continue, Quiz, you could go ahead and you could also unmute Bands. That way he could get his
All
bars
right.
off as we recap this shit too.
Cool. When I first saw it, I thought it was powerful, but then I was like, wait a minute, didn't Seth just put this brother head through the steel stairs a couple months ago? Because I could have sworn I asked Nico, like, didn't I what was up with that? And then I was like, all right, this is the first time that I was like, this the homie Paul Levesque really might be playing in the faces, and we can't do nothing about it.
I
It
see
was
it as like that shit pop. I mean, Seth's probably like, look, I got two killers on my side now. Like, I got Brian, I got
I don't
Reed.
think they're
I
done.
want, I want the belt. You know what I mean? He in the well, I think tomorrow he in the qualify for the Money in the Bank.
I don't think they're done. I think they add one more
Yeah,
person.
I think
yeah,
the ends by the means.
yeah. Seth trying to get that. Yeah, Seth trying to take over shit.
These are
And I
really
think he's
smart.
going NXT.
It's really smart power plays by Seth. Like you in life, you gotta work with people you don't like, and especially in a wrestling company, you're gonna work with people that you fought. So I don't think that kills any rationality between any of them. I think
All
they all
right.
make.
All right, so real quick, I want all of y'all to try to give me at least one more person y'all think would like the perfect person to be the fourth person in this group. Who would
I've
you
said it
add?
already. But for those who haven't heard me say it, don't be shocked if Trick Williams eventually ends up in this group.
That's left field as hell. Why would you
Trick
say Trick
Willie.
Williams?
So they're trying to
Okay,
piss me off.
I'll explain why. There's not much more for him to do in NXT for being completely honest. Not fight for the belt anytime soon. This little thing he got going with Joe Hendry, that's just gonna probably over with that for tonight.
I was about to say, don't he got a belt, a a title shot tonight? So you don't think he's gonna win tonight? Is what you're saying?
Hell no, he's not beating Joe Hendry. No,
a TNA belt. That will be
no, he's not winning it. No. After that, it's really why am I here type shit. He's getting called up. The draft is coming up.
that's that's a wild theory.
It
I can
is.
low key see it happen, but I don't know if he because I do got Trick losing to Joe Henry.
He's got a
But
bunch of. He's gonna have a bunch of young bulls with him, and she's not gonna get a vet to join that group. It's not gonna be Sami Zayn, contrary to
but
popular belief.
okay, so Cash, let's say this does happen and Trick gets
Mm-hmm.
called. Why would Seth and them pick Trick out of all people? Like
It wouldn't
how
necessarily
would
be.
they
It
explain
wouldn't necessarily be Seth picking. It'd be more of a Heyman thing.
it? Okay. Okay.
On some like, okay, here's my young bull, like junior evolution type thing, where it's like, okay, cool. Seth will be Triple H, or it really Seth would be like a Flair Triple H type thing. You surround yourself with a bunch of young, talented niggas.
So Seth, Braun Breaker, Bronson
Bronson
Reed,
Reed.
Trick Williams. that's a crazy faction.
But it's
Aim it back.
fire. Because Trick finally drops that Trick Willie style dumbass gimmick, which he needs to. And he can take it more seriously.
It's a wild faction.
And in fact, I'll
What?
even give you
Ooh.
a better scenario. I'll even give you the when it happens. Let's say, for example, Seth isn't winning Money in the Bank, right?
Right.
He wants to cash in at SummerSlam. Yeah, all this shit going on outside the ring. Math dude comes out, his shade with the trick knee, whatever it is that Trick Williams does. He unmasks. That's your fourth man. Seth is getting this title from Jey Uso at some point this year.
Yeah, I can
No, that's a
definitely.
fact. That's a fact. I agree with that.
Yeah.
A
Let's get
name
him.
people
Yeah,
forgot
go ahead,
about.
Soda.
Probably won't happen, but just a name that people forgot about. Dragunov.
That could happen also.
No.
Okay.
Might as well wait there. I will wait.
Ben, you gotta fix your mic. You going like in and out, dog.
That's not me.
I'm saying, Jay.
I don't know
Oh,
who
that's
background
bands.
that
That's
is.
bands. Hold on,
Yeah.
I got y'all.
Yeah,
All right, y'all
you
good.
hear me?
Yeah.
Alright.
Dragunov is perfect.
Either one.
I'm throwing Becky Lynch out in the
I was gonna say that to be funny, but I don't know. Maybe she is gonna be the woman in there. So that way it can be a female in there. So that way she can start going crazy on the competition too.
There's
Yeah, just
never
don't
Yeah.
let her get on.
all
Just don't let her do any more promos.
so
Yeah, it's true. That is true. I'm
oh
not
literally
mad at that.
you guys literally just said you can't understand her. That would be her mouthpiece. I can understand her. I don't know what y'all
I
That's just
why,
quiz,
understand her.
man.
I don't know
That's
I'm
why
just
you
quiz.
listen to her. I can understand why.
You're not going to do Morton.
My
I can
quiz
understand
said,
it. Just sound like
These
you
brothers
drinking
are
water.
uncultured, man.
yeah,
Recycling
my son
garbage.
Quiz said I gotta turn the closed captions on. I said, damn, god damn, that's crazy. I ain't
I
gonna
mean,
lie, that's crazy.
we already know how he felt about the Spanish commentary. Anything with an accent.
He did say
Yeah,
that.
I'm
He did.
Quiz, ain't, Quiz, ain't you from New
You
York?
from New York, man. You was from
Yeah, you should be. That's all the foreign people be over there. How you know understand foreign motherfuckers?
My son said,
I be around Jamaicans and Caribbeans, man.
He'll pull out. He'll be like,
that
I,
is
Siri,
true.
what did he just say? When he's out
What
and
did he
about.
just say? Let's see, man.
it was dope to see Bronson Reed back
Yeah, I'm glad
again.
he back for sure. I'm
Yeah.
definitely glad Bronson is back. I told
But
like last year we all agree he was cooking, so we ain't
yeah,
mad at him being back.
but this ties back in like just with yesterday and the whole like YS6 thing happened. Like it's cool to see them back and like pop up out of nowhere, but like where is this going to go? Like where is this going to lead to? Don't have these niggas do this
I'm about to say, come
and
on, we know
it
where
makes
it's headed, man. Y'all about to get me
Nowhere.
mad. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this early in the
That's what it's
show.
headed. Nowhere.
But
Oh, it's
don't
headed
keep
somewhere, Cash. Oh, it's headed. Let me,
Nowhere.
y'all, come on. We could predict this. I'm telling y'all right now. What is it? May? It's May.
Yep.
War Games is in November. Listen,
They'll be in catering by December.
I'm telling y'all, this is the setup for the War Games match. Like Cash said, they're gonna get a fourth member for sure. Now, me, I didn't give y'all one. Off the top of my head, I can only think of two people that I would see. Now, just hear me out, all right? I know people ain't gonna like it, but just hear me out. I can see a scenario.
Once.
I can see a scenario where Logan Paul is part of this, but I can also see a scenario where Karrion Kross is the fourth man. So I'm skeptical. I'm not gonna lie, kind of skeptical. But
Here's
I
why I
do
don't see
think.
Karrion Cross.
Go ahead.
I honestly think Karrion Cross is due for a face turn, actually. As weird as it sounds. I don't think he's going to be a heel too much longer.
No, that's a fact. Because I think the crowd not gonna let him be. That's a fact. Like
And
I think I just
plus,
said, he's selling
what he
merch too.
pushed on Logan Paul made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like, just from a wrestling purist standpoint, like, he's like, I don't hate dude. I just hate the fact he gets these privileges that folks like me busting my ass for 15 years.
I
Facts.
think to Nico's credit, to both of your credits, I think Karrion could still be slotted into that role, and he's he's a tweener at that point. Like he's still doing the villainous things because he himself hasn't embraced, because he's still like an asshole, right? That's still his thing. Like he's still an asshole, right? He's not nice to anybody. So by November, he could just be on the brink of becoming a better person
Mm-hmm.
by War Games. And
Matter of fact,
personally,
no, go ahead. You can finish.
yeah, just on a quick note, I want the traditional Survivor Series tag matches. I don't want any more War Games. They take too long, and
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm about to
it's
say, I think we all with you on that for sure.
Tired of war games.
It's a
I think War
slow
Games needs its
on.
own pay-per-view and let Survivor Series be its traditional thing.
Yeah, give War Games back to NXT, because those guys have had good War Games. Give it back to them.
Right, all the war games that's been fire mostly, or that have been having like the highest ratings, they all been NXTs
Or the women.
or the women.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a fact. That is a fact. And that's what I was about to say. All right, Cash. So I do think they're going like two places with this. One is SummerSlam, and the other is definitely War Games. So we're gonna get Seth faction, and then we're gonna get. This is all contingent on Sammy not turning heel. I'm gonna put that out there too. So this is just me saying if Sammy remain babyface. So I think we're gonna see a team of Roman, Punk, Sammy, and then we gotta find a fourth. I guess I don't know who that's gonna be. They'll probably figure that out. So I think that's what they're gonna do. War Games, and then
All right, Jimmy.
SummerSlam. Yeah, probably Jimmy. Yeah, it'll probably be Jimmy. And
I
then,
Yeah.
dead ass was gonna say, go get the big homie Jimmy real quick.
yeah, that's probably about the only other thing that makes sense. And then I think the SummerSlam match, again, tag match, triple threat. This, again, contingent on they don't have a fourth member by then. So it'll be a triple threat tag match at SummerSlam. Of course, Seth faction versus Sammy, Punk, and Roman at SummerSlam. So I'm just calling that now just to see. Remember, he said Paul Levesque, Scooter. That's what we calling him. He talked about being unpredictable and all of this. So again, if we going with that rollout, if we predict another card, we're going to get to that at that point in time. That's just my foreshadow, though.
For me, I need like some real faction shit. I need one song that's for the faction. I need a name. I need a logo. Like, you know what I mean? For me, that's what I need to really
That
be into
happens.
this.
I agree. I agree with that. Total rebrand will be like fire to me. Again, because it's like the crowd
Yeah,
wanted
like,
cheer for them when fucking Seth music hit because they all love his song. So
yeah.
you gotta, if you're gonna make him feel more heelish or whatever, get him a evolution type rollout. Let's do
Like,
something.
yeah, I need merch. Like, I need all that.
You still didn't answer the question though. Like, oh, someone didn't answer the question yet.
About who they would add, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Who Soda? Soda, you said Ilja. I had either Carrion or Logan. Tommy, who you got?
That's it. Okay, so 131.
Yo,
Tommy,
nah,
listen, you say Shanti if you want to. All right.
You know,
Today
working on
we
one.
gonna take it. We're gonna take it
Natty.
off.
You got Natty.
Oh, my God.
Oh, she's still employed.
That is,
Not
nah,
sure how, but
that would be crazy work. But if they had to add one more person, I don't know, because everybody's already tired. Like who's not doing something right now that actually
Natty.
makes
Nobody.
Natty.
I really like y'all.
it ain't doing shit.
I like y'all's Austin Theory, but it looked like they about to turn him babyface though. But Austin Theory would be perfect.
I was just
A
about to put.
you know
I was
what,
just
young
about to say
nigga. Like,
Austin Theory.
I got
he
Grayson
would
Waller
be
if
perfect.
we're gonna do that. If we're gonna go that route,
I would say Grayson Waller too, but I don't know how much stock they got in him. Like, I don't know if they see a future with him, but I would say Grayson Waller too. He would be good.
I have a question about Waller for people that would want him there. What does Waller bring that Theory don't bring?
You didn't turn Theory face. That's why.
I mean, they kind of like the same nigga. Like, Waller
Theory's
hasn't
a-
really done any
I mean, they
single
both.
competitor though. They both got the charismatic, like they can talk.
I
I,
feel
I,
like whether we interpret Theory as a face can be.
soon to be face.
That's what I'm saying. Soon to be face, like Braun Breaker is getting cheered regardless of what he does. You know what I mean? Like Theory can be in that group and still be a standout and potentially get cheered or potentially get his boos.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know,
not
Theory
mad at that
better
either.
heal than Waller though.
And at the end of the day, when all this shit break up, obviously Breaker and all of them are going to be baby faces.
yeah.
Oh
They're
yeah,
going to break away from
Theory
Rollins.
future world champs.
That would be a good spot for her. I like Theory, honestly.
I like Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Theory
hope there's not a I hope there's not a wild comparison to make, so don't punch too hard. But I can see in a scenario, I see a scenario where if they do add Austin Theory, he kind of played a Randy Orton role in Evolution almost. Like it's like
Yeah.
we like him. He supposed to be a heel. We like him. He the new clearly he not new because we know him, but he young and you feel me like just the up and comer that we could see a few like especially if the rollout is the whole setup for the future thing. I feel like Austin Theory kind of fit that and it would make sense. But I do agree with Cash. I also agree with Dev though, like how they cheer and boo Braun Breaker sometimes. It probably could be like that for Fury. I said Fury, Jesus. Be like that for
Oh
Theory.
no, never that for Fury.
Oh, he's in
Yeah,
your
we
head.
booing that nigga Fury. We are booing Fury. Like that's a
That
fact.
nigga's a classic heel.
But
No, but
I think
That's
it could be
crazy.
like that.
Dude's
Though.
about the same age as Ric Flair.
That is insane.
I think the problem with WWE is they let the crowd determine what they're going to do too often. Not the internet. I'm talking about specifically the crowd, because we are going to cheer whoever regardless. Like don't completely reroute your story just because someone's getting cheered. I think that could be a problem with Jacob Fatu because he's so cool. We're going to cheer him. But now I feel like they're going to kind of alter his character in a really silly way instead of letting him be a badass. Because that's what they do. They haven't done that yet. But that's just like an example. Like
Yeah.
the crowd's going to do what they want. Like go be rational with your stories, you know, and let the crowd cheer for heel. Like if they like a heel,
I
let them like a heel.
I almost want to agree with you, but if they don't listen to the crowd and don't pay attention to like the internet and all that shit, you pretty much have Vince McMahon running it all over again. Someone who's not in tune with what the crowd wants. So there's a fine line to toe between that.
Well, that's what I meant. Like, you know, keep it. But just what I'm saying is don't completely reroute what you're doing.
Okay, so speaking of that, a little detail. They
Yeah.
have Breaker wearing like suits. Is that are y'all cool with that, or should he just be a badass
I'm
like leather
like,
jackets and shit?
the suit's
Like
cool.
like Bronson Reed gonna be wearing suits now, probably.
I'm okay with that.
He not wearing
I
no
mean,
suit.
I'm even cool with Seth changed up his wardrobe to actually look like a real person instead of a damn Fortnite character.
I thought he was stylish.
I don't remember what Seth. I don't remember what he had on yesterday.
I
I think
mean,
I just remember the all
it's
black.
got
Right?
better.
The only thing that bothered me was those glasses. That was ridiculous. With the actual eyes on the
Yeah, he
glasses.
does a lot of Elton John type shit with the glasses, but whatever.
Nah, yeah, I know
Yeah.
what you mean. Because it's almost like he's still playing into like the being a clown thing, and it's like, dog, this if we supposed to take y'all serious,
The grip got better the last couple weeks.
yeah, for sure. All right, let's see the second match of the night, which I mean, this probably the only place for this match out of what happened on this card, really. So can't really be mad at match placement. But again, I'm gonna say it, man. Boog, I know Brother Boog is here. We had
You gonna
Chelsea
make me
Green
do it.
versus Zelina Vega. Cash, I said this earlier. You wasn't here, man, but Yeah, the building just sounds like church while the pastor is giving the main benediction when Zelina Vega's music hits. And it's almost it hurts me to see it happen to somebody like this. Like,
I don't want
cause
to. I don't want to slam that beautiful Puerto Rican woman, but
it's
I don't.
just man.
But damn,
Like, cause you wanna like Zelina, and I feel like I can say that confidently about everybody up here. It's like you wanna
I
like
like
Zelina.
everything she does but Russell.
Yeah, and I see. I didn't want to punch too early, man. I didn't want to do it because I was just gonna keep it at the entrance right now, right? But I'm not gonna lie. After what I saw her do last night too, I kind of understand, man. Cause how do we, how do we botch the move of the man that trained and mentored you in the WWE? Not once, but twice. How do we botch the 619 twice? And this is also a little bit of breaking news. This just came across the timeline. Chelsea Green did in fact break her nose on that move last night. So
That's
again,
crazy.
I haven't even.
how do you do this?
619?
The 619, yeah, she botched the move twice. So the first botch was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. The first botch
And
was
the
the
second one
craziest
was
one.
worse.
yeah,
And the
the
second one
first
is
one.
the second one is what hurt Chelsea. The first one, I feel like she just missed completely. Like she didn't land nothing on it. It was like, what just happened?
Why is she using the 619? That's my.
And I think Brother Boog might have said this in the chat. I could be wrong, but one of y'all said this in the chat. But dog, she got more of a pop when the LWO music used to hit than she do when that music hits and she comes out too. Like it's like, dog, what
I
is happening? Yeah, you did say
what
that.
I, yeah, what
She
I
got more
think
of
is
a pop as a
happening.
heel when she won Queen of the Ring.
Yep.
She's a good face too because she's funny. I think what they did with her is they kind of just tossed her the ball being the title. They just tossed her the ball and just was like, let's see what she can do, and didn't give her any material or didn't feel the need to give her any kind of backing. And they just wanted to see. And now
That's
they
what
see
I'm
it.
saying.
Yeah, now that they
Or
see it, probably going to transition her pretty
Yep.
soon.
Because Scooter said it
Oh, yeah.
earlier too.
y'all gonna hear this from me first.
Oh
And
man.
again, I don't want it. I hate having to say this. You know how the budget cuts, right? About once a year. By this time next year, she won't be in WWE.
But what about Alistair Black? Stays
Alice
because
not go-
Alistair
No,
Black.
Alice is cool. He's gonna be there.
Yeah,
Zelina
how
is
it
gonna
goes,
probably be
though.
in AEW.
But you know how it goes, though.
Matter of fact,
Johnny
you need to shut
Gargano's
up.
like still in the company. She don't do nothing.
But I just
But
brought her back to
yeah,
TV
because
shit.
you
But
know she's scared of Johnny
Yeah,
Gargano.
I wouldn't go as far as to say her place in the company is ruined. She's just not a good champion. That's all.
no. I said it. I'm standing. I'm standing on that. So
She's fine.
you've
Yeah, I
heard
Uh,
it
think
here.
Scooter mentioned this earlier too. He said the other problem with people not connecting with her run is that they feel, which I kind of understand too. You kind of took the belt off of Chelsea kind of fast. So it's like not only are we not fucking with it, you don't give nothing, like Dev just said, you didn't give her nothing to run with, so we can't connect with it creatively. And on top of this
There's
music
no
is
real push.
trash. You feel me? Yeah, it's no real push. She did that. He worded it perfectly. Like they just gave her the title and told her to go have fun. That's what it looked like. And I don't know, man. It's hard to watch her get no like. I would much rather them boo her than give her no reaction at all. If I'm gonna be
I
totally
think
honest with
it's
y'all, like
one of those things where it's like, hey, can't say we didn't try. We gave you the U.S. title. What you do with it? Now we won't feel bad when we do fire you next year.
You want to know where she headed? She headed to that
OnlyFans.
shit on Tubi.
come on, man. Evolve.
Yeah, she heading right over there.
No,
she could, she's a TNA player. Like she has utilities, but
she said crank that OnlyFans back up.
Come on, bro. Y'all sent her to Evolve, man. She going straight to We Go
Evolve.
Hard to the G League.
I ain't even seen her
Not
there.
gonna lie.
Crazy
I'm
word.
not gonna lie. With Dev saying TNA, I'm not mad at her competing in that knockouts division. That's not a bad idea, low key.
She started in TNA. She should go
Yeah,
knock.
it's girls over there she work with. She just won't be in WWE.
Yeah.
It's an extension of W. Like, she's not getting fired. She'll be in some kind of extension of WWE.
No. Girls who got fired from WWE went straight to TNA.
But that won't be her, is what I'm saying.
I'm saying it would be.
Nah.
But again, a rough match to get through, man. I don't want to say it like that, but
Smoke
yeah,
breaker tonight.
yeah, it's like, again, and plus on top of, again, all the commercials, it was just a rough watch. So I think that's also going to factor into them. I think after this experiment, especially Saturday night, there's going to be another title change very soon with that title. So I'm just going on a limb and saying that.
How do you have a worse 619 than Dom? You know, Dom was infamous for having the worst 619. And she took his crown and won
You
that.
can't punch on Dom no more, man, because he got a lot better. Like, we're not going to do that. Like,
he did get a lot better.
I ain't still shit on Dom like that.
His 619 is still, he probably shouldn't do it.
You know what it looked like for Dom? It almost looked like he too tall to do it. That's what it is.
But he still do it though. Like,
yeah,
he ain't botching it.
Like, he hit
I can't believe it's not that I can't believe she botched, like, botches happen, but botching the 619 twice is like that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Then Chelsea breaking her nose in the process was just also like, damn.
Mysterio too nice. He like, why you even give her the move? He just gave her the move. Like, oh yeah.
I'm cool with all the Zelina punching now, but hold on, Dev. I don't know if we can let that slide, brother. The worst 619, yeah. Don't get me wrong, Zelina is not the best, but we can't do that, man. We all know Cesaro. He had the worst 619. That shit should have never got through custom.
Yeah, I don't know why he was doing it in the first place.
I didn't know he could do it or did.
I'm about to say, low-key, Tommy, I'm not gonna hold you. I've never seen that shit. Like,
I've never seen it.
I guess you just say that. It's crazy. I've never seen that shit. That's crazy.
Oh, y'all must have missed that era. That was like, man, that's when
I think I've seen it like one time.
He called that shit. It was calling it the Swizz 19. I'm like, what? Like, this one him and Miro. Well, not Rusev. They was a tag team, and that whole
Oh yeah, this the era I skipped for sure badly.
This is the era y'all skipped. It's cool.
Sheamus and
they put all the foreign dudes in one.
Sheamus and Cesaro was powerful.
Del Rio, Rusev,
so
Cesaro. They put them all in the same group.
Like, it's more of a spectacle alone for a guy that big to even do the 619 versus someone who is, you can argue if she's a luchador or just someone nimble and a high flying cruiserweight to mess up the 619 to that degree. I would still raise Zelina's hand over Cesaro's, and I haven't gone back to look at it. I will go back to look and fact check, but I'm giving it to Zelina because she has.
I kind of agree.
She has less excuse to mess it up. Respectfully, I like Zelina, but to miss it, to not even connect, and then to like fucking like shoot your leg into her nose to break it, and it still didn't even look like a convincing kick for her to break her nose. That's crazy.
She got stuck like halfway through the 619, like so she got caught in the rope.
See, that's what I'm about to say. Like that, the second time, like she got stuck. That's why I was so confused. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? How did you do that? Like, how? What got stuck for you to look like you got stuck? That was my thing. Like, what the fuck happened just now?
You know, this ain't match I really want to punch on, but I'm gonna let y'all get to it.
We're gonna get there. I promise we're gonna get there because I think we're there, low-key. I'm not gonna lie. I think we're there. I'm not gonna lie. The next match of the night, actually another surprise to me because, I mean, I think do I want to do this on this episode?
Yep.
I think I want to do this on this episode. I think I do want to do this. And it's perfect actually because Lucci not here, so we should do this on this episode. But the next match we had John Cena, you know, the undisputed 17-time champion. I'm not gonna call him, you know, the other thing because Lucci not here. But against Ron Cena. Yes, y'all are hearing me correctly again, against Ron Cena. And so, you know, this again, I kind of understood it after the fact, but in the moment, I'm just giving y'all my initial in the
It's
moment
pissed me
reaction.
off. I ain't gonna hold
Pissed
you.
me off immediately. One, me and Soda always talk about this. When the champions come out first, I kind of feel like this is disrespectful to what we doing here. To be honest with you, like the champion should always come out second. So as soon as John Cena come out first, I'm already on. I'm like, okay, whatever. I see what's going on.
Fuck it. Can I say something about Cena real quick? I'm sorry, like someone who's so like upset and angry with the fans. You sure enough got enough merch to cater to them every city you go to.
Right.
See what you're saying is exactly where I'm going to take. Where I'm gonna get to punching that, but I kind of have it lined up perfectly. I'm not gonna lie. I want you to get your bars off though. Go ahead.
I'm saying like that alone pissed me off first. I'm like, yeah, on the old school Tampa Bay Bucks colors and shit, but yeah, you want to ruin wrestling for fans and shit, but yeah, you're still catering to them. You're okay with getting merch money off of them and shit, but you hate us. Like, fuck out of here, old dude.
So yeah, we get Johnson. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, I don't even go ahead, cause this Ron Cena shit just.
So, John Cena gets to the ring. Red shirt, red hat. The usual rollout, colorful Power Ranger thing. Cool. And I'm like, all right, cool. We about to get the little rap performance from Truth. This was just going on in my head, right? But then John Cena music hit again. And I'm like, all right, somebody backstage has to get fired, clearly, because what are we doing on Saturday Night Main Event? This is clearly a technical error, right? But I realize the song continues to play. And I'm like, no, he's not about to do what I think he's about to do, man. It's just he can't be about to do this. And as I said it, man, Ron Cena appears in the entranceway dressed as John Cena, coming out to his entrance music. I get it. Again, I enjoy comedy acts as far as wrestling goes. Like, I'm not mad at it. But this is just my initial in the moment reaction. I said there's no motherfucking way R-Truth is doing this, man. It's no way that he's doing this. Now, after the fact,
They have turned that into a fucking joke.
They really have. They have. But after the fact, I also looked at it like, I think that Cena giving R-Truth a moment was like, I could come out second and it'll be the champion coming out second. But I think I respect it. This is just how I took it. I think Cena respect R-Truth that much that he said, you know what, I want you to have a moment, my nigga. So I'm gonna go out there first, but I want you to come out there second. I'm not saying he had a play in him doing his entrance as well. I'm pretty sure they did talk about that, but I do think he wanted to give R-Truth his moment. So I respect that. But
It's
again,
shit
in
like
the
this that
moment,
make
I was
Dr.
hot.
Umar have a leg to stand on.
Low key, Cash. I didn't want to bring him up, but low key, as I was watching it, I said, "Damn, this is what this nigga be talking about." I'm like, "This is what this nigga was talking about, man. What the fuck am I watching, man?"
He was absolutely right about that
Yeah.
alone. Everything else is complete bullshit, but yeah.
So yeah, we get the match. Maybe it was just me. I'll ask y'all, but felt like this match was on fast forward speed. Like it happened in 5 minutes. Again, mixed with the commercials, but it felt like this was like a quick 5-minute match.
Yep. And I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at it, to be honest with you. It's a non-title
Get
match,
this
so it
shit
don't
off my
really need to
TV.
drag. It don't need to drag out. You feel me? Like, it's cool. I think the interesting point in the match was Cena. Of course, he's been on his hill run where he's hitting people with the title to win the matches. He grabs the title, act like he was going to do it. Then he looks into the crowd like, damn. It almost like I think we said this the last time. It almost looked like he having second thoughts about the hill shit. He looking at R-Truth. R-Truth like, come on, dog, don't do me like that. You feel me? Like, you ain't got to do that. And so he that's what he did, man. I'm just telling you what happened, man. That's what he did, man. He said, come on, dog, you ain't got to do this to me. That's how I said it. But then my boy Cena, he hands the ref the title. You hear the crowd cheer. They like, oh shit, he really about to give R-Truth a fair chance? Absolutely not, nigga. You gonna get the same treatment Cody got. What the fuck? Kick him, you know what I'm saying? Kicked him in the midsection. That's what we're calling on YouTube. He kicked him in the midsection. Pick up the 1, 2, 3. Let's get out of here. Quick match. Again, salute to R-Truth, I guess, for getting this moment. But yeah, again, in the moment, I was just like, what the fuck did I just watch, man? What was y'all thoughts, man?
Man, finally, R-Truth get the 5 moves of doom off on John Cena. Like, finally, like, you know what I mean? That's the best part of the
The 5 moves of doom is fucking hilarious, man. I'm not gonna lie.
And whoever said that R-Truth should have had this be a title match.
Oh no, it was Dr. Umar. It was him.
This is why it shouldn't have been that. I'm so sad.
Oh no, Soda, you gotta collect your money. You just helped me remember this. The next time on
Yeah.
Tuesday, we gotta I gotta set up a
And they got
space. Touch grass, talk about I think this is gonna be a 25 minute. 25
like,
Oh
minutes.
yeah.
I said 25.
You think we got
15.
25 NBC minutes to waste on John Cena and Ron Cena? Are you crazy? Like what?
Ron Killers hasn't wrestled 25 matches total this year on TV. Why do you think he's gonna have a 25-minute match with John Cena?
That nigga Touch Grass stood on that too, right?
He definitely stood on it. I was like, all right, man.
Oh man.
Ron, R-Truth is our version of Coco Beware.
Oh man.
I can't. I'm not going to agree to that, but
How can you not?
This match,
he is literally there for comic relief.
I had the same reaction when y'all
did that.
exactly as y'all. When he came out and he had the same attire, the entrance. Me and Trav was in the chat like, bro, what is going on?
How is this your childhood hero? You're 10 years older than him.
But once
they got this man,
and they started working and doing their thing, I just knew what it was. Like, bro, it's just entertainment. This shit is for the kids. Just think, this is John Cena's last gimmick match. If this is his last gimmick match, fuck it. Just let him do whatever. It makes sense. This was the only product. This was the only match on the card that made sense.
Low key, I agree with that point. I do agree with that. For what it was, like for what we got on Saturday, it was kind of the only thing that made sense.
That'll make the promo even worse. Oh, if Cena wins, somebody said what? If Cena wins, we riot. Like, y'all really thought Ron was gonna win?
What about the opener? That made sense, didn't it? The right people won.
Yeah, that definitely made sense.
Because I don't really have I thought it was cool. My problem is I probably should have saved this for the end, but if you know you're gonna have a joke match with these old guys, and I just think they should have featured more people that could have had. I think I said this in the group chat just after the show ended, right when it ended. But if you knew old guys were competing, injured guys was competing, why didn't you feature just more people? You know, even with the commercial, they still could have featured more people. That's my only issue. They could have did this it would have made more sense to do this on a SmackDown. You know, respectfully to R-Truth does deserve it, but they wasted our time with this.
I'm definitely going to agree with this because I think when you said this in the chat last night, I was the one that replied to it because it's no way. Now this is where we get to Paul Levesque because it's like there's no way you could look at me in my face creatively and tell me I watched the Street Profits defend them tag titles twice in the last month. Both matches were fire. So there's no way you can tell me that you can't put them brothers on one of these shows. And I see why you say you should have held it because I was going to get there with the next match. But when it's brothers working hurt and you can tell, clearly we all grown men here. So how we watching wrestling and how the kids watching wrestling is clearly different. But as grown men watching wrestling, we can tell that two guys are in the ring working hurt. And that's why the match is coming out the way it's coming out. There's no way you could look me in my face and tell me that you couldn't have featured them. Or I'm just going to be blatantly honest. We could be honest today. There's no way you could tell me that the Street Profits versus Fraxium or versus DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns couldn't have replaced Zelina versus Chelsea on this. Or you could have opened the show with Cena and Ron Cena if this was going to be the fun match of the night. You feel me? We could have did different things here. So I
could have gave me that damn bird lady who just found a personality.
The bird lady is the best thing about that.
And you know what? I hate that I gotta break kayfabe. I hate that I gotta
bird game.
I'm gonna give him that too. Because Lyra could have been on here and people would have cared about this last night more than what we saw in that 5 minutes, or watching I hate to do this to her, I'm sorry, but or watching Zelina botch for an entire match. Like, it's no way you can't tell me that either one of the matches couldn't have been featured on this. Like, so that I agree. That might have been my only, not my only one, but my biggest quarrel with last night's show. We had much more that could have been put on this show than what we got. But again, I wasn't mad at the 5-minute match. I feel like that's what it deserved.
I do want to follow up on what you said. Like, we watch from a grown man's perspective and kids see it differently, but I feel like even a kid would ask, at least me, like even a kid would ask, where are the Street Profits? Like, where are the tag team? Like, where is everybody? All
They're
these
like, oh,
slow.
this Cena match is stupid.
I think a kid could recognize how slow
Hell
some of
yeah.
the matches are. You know, maybe kids are kind of different these days, but at least when we were kids,
I'm with you on that.
I think our generation from childhood would recognize that this is a bad show. It's a pretty bad show, especially if it. No, I think it opened good though.
Yeah, it definitely
As the
opened.
show was, it was better than the last pay per view we got.
Because I was a stupid kid. If it opens good, I'm probably kind of synced and hooked. But if I was a kid, I would be asking where the Street Profits and all the other cool guys.
Yeah, because as you saying this, like me as a kid, I definitely would have been like, and that was like my point when mentioning how they haven't been featured on multiple like PLEs or whatever. It's like at some point as a kid, I would have asked, where are the Hardy Boys? Like they the tag team champion. Where are the Hardy Boys? Or where is Team 3D? You feel me? Like we will be looking forward to these things. So how can you
Imagine
do this?
Hardys. Imagine no Hardys on pay-per-views.
Yeah, like so I just don't understand that from that perspective, right? But
So he's
again,
doing Hunter is doing all of us a disservice. Kids, though, he don't care how y'all are.
For sure. And that's why I always want to make that's why I made the distinction earlier when we was talking about the whole switching of the WrestleMania location and shit, like that kind of stuff. I can't put the blame on him for it, because that's, you feel me, he just in charge of creative. So but when we get to what these shows are being booked like and how things just don't make sense or whatever, you are the perfect person to talk to, my guy. And if we are trying to put, like I said, what they doing with SmackDown is like they're showcasing the women over there and the tag teams. So if we're going to showcase the tag teams, at some point the tag teams should be featured on these shows. But I also want to recognize too, Saturday Night Main Event ain't a PLE per se. It's just a nationally televised show. So I do want to
And
keep
it
that
was
in mind.
better than the last PLE that we got.
You think it was better than Backlash?
Nah, it wasn't better than Backlash.
I don't think it was better than Backlash. I'm not gonna.
I disagree.
Orton
We
and
punched
Cena
on
was
that leg. Yeah, that match saved that pay per view. Other than that, that pay per view was dog shit, and we all said that.
I think I'm trying to remember.
Besides Gunther and Pat, I wasn't
Cause I
mad
like
at
I'm about to say I like the Fatal 4-Way,
Fatal
and I like the
4-Way.
main event, but I kind of like the rest of it. Yeah, I kind of.
I
Lyra
thought
and
Becky and
don't get me
Lyra was
wrong,
cool.
I'm about to say Lyra and Becky was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Y'all was in
I distinctly remember we punched on that PLE.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember what else happened. I punched on something on that shit for sure. What happened? What else? What other?
Okay, so the matches was Penta and Dom.
Oh, the tag match. Okay,
Gunther and Pat.
I punched on that for sure. I know I did.
I might have to go back, but I definitely remember we did not give that PLE a great grade.
I feel like specifically because y'all hated the Gunther Pat. Like, I think we got a lot of big Gunther fans, and a lot of y'all didn't like.
That was really the only one we really punched through like crazy was Gunther and Pat.
Matter of fact, I think we said the opposite. Low key, that I'm sitting here rethinking this. I think we had this better than WrestleMania. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, niggas had that. Niggas had that over.
Oh yeah, wrestling was ass too, but yeah, I don't know why I thought we punched on that though, but
I think it was mostly Gunther and Pat. Really,
I didn't hate that.
Backlash was decent though.
Y'all was punching off. It was really it was Pat. He got all the punches. From what I
Orton and Cena, that was pretty fire. Wasn't
Oh, you know what?
that.
No, wait. Did Travis Scott show up at Backlash?
No, it was R-Truth.
No.
Oh, it was R-Truth. It was R-Truth. That's
that's what niggas.
That was terrible.
R-Truth pulling up.
Just the team.
All right, that's what it was.
Match. That's not good.
But Backlash definitely over.
I also didn't hate this card. Like, at least on paper, I didn't. The other match that I hated was two. But yeah.
Let's get to the next match. Matter of fact, So next, and I think this is where we are going to start. This is where most of the punching is going to take place. I want to preface this with, and I know, trust me, because we all going to share the same sentiment. I'm almost certain, right? Oh no! Before we get there, because now I just remember where Cash was taking the culture. Again, if we are talking creatively, Paul Levesque, I need you to step to the front of the congregation, brother. What we are doing in John Cena's final year and his first time as a heel. I don't want to say I'm speaking for everybody here, but I feel like a good 95% of us. It's like, dog, what the fuck are we doing, man? Like, the brother still come out dressed colorful as hell, so he don't even
All right.
present himself as a heel. Some of this booking just don't make sense. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like this,
cry.
yeah, like this hill run is very lackluster. Like, I don't know what is missing. Maybe
We
it's the lack
really
of
need.
big matches.
Like
I
K
don't know.
K cuss us out like he stopped wearing the free pebble stuff, man. Like
Yeah, like I'm confused by the rollout still. Like, I get it. Don't get me wrong. From a business standpoint, I totally understand it because the colorful John Cena is always going to sell merch. I get it from that aspect. I'm just talking from again creatively.
yeah, but they gave him colorful shirts and stuff with a bland intro.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the
What is that?
angle, this angle of, oh, we're
I'm
in
gonna
an
ruin
abusive
wrestling.
relationship. This abusive relationship with the fans shit. Like, it's like, okay,
But
bro.
yet
Like,
you're still getting money off merch and getting rich off
we're
of
still
it. Like
giving
y'all
y'all merch.
gotta.
Like,
Like,
it would have made total sense to me being a
The
head
man
writer or
came out in
whoever.
a creamsicle shirt.
Yeah, like we in Belgium with red on, like what is yellows and shit. Like, dog, maybe it's just
Indy
me.
with blue on, like
Yeah, like maybe it's just me. But I feel like the best way he would have got this rollout off, like, yeah, I'm a ruin wrestling. I'm not fucking with y'all. So matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do. Pull all my merch off the shelves. I'm not gonna sell nothing to y'all. This would have made much more sense to me as a heel than anything. Of course, I get it. You want to make your money, so I get why they not doing
you
that.
get nothing, but we still get everything. Well,
That's what
what?
I'm saying. Like, you can't use the you get nothing rollout and still
yeah.
give everything. Yeah, like what? Like, come on, man. I just think they did again. Huda, I'm gonna give you your credit because we both agreed on this a long time ago. That power struggle between those two bald brothers, we are watching it play out in front of us again. Because if the decision was made again, I'm gonna preface this with, I agree, Cody should not have went heel at this very moment. Let's just make that very clear. But if the decision was going to be, we don't want to turn Cody heel for The Rock, blah blah blah, cool, and we're gonna pivot this way. This is my idea. Let's turn John Cena heel. That's also fine with me. But dog, if we gonna do that, have a plan for it. Like, don't just turn him heel and just like, hey, yeah, still go be John Cena. This may be, and I just listen to what I'm saying, only because of the larger scale of superstar here. So this is the only reason why I'm saying this. That might be worse than you taking the belt off of Chelsea and putting it on Zelina, as far as decision making. Because what
You're
are
right.
we doing?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, because what are we doing? Like, you just told this nigga, you pretty much looked at John Cena and said, hey, I want you to turn heel. Cool. All right. Where we going with it? Oh, I don't know. That's for you to figure out. So you can just be a heel. Dog, what? That's exactly how it's coming across my TV screen. Maybe y'all brothers feel differently, so y'all can let me know. But that's exactly what it's coming off as.
Bro,
I
right
Look
on
at this. Hold
time.
on. Right on time. I tell it's like God be talking to this young nigga as soon as we start talking about Cena. But I want to see if Lucci just gonna be honest with me for once, man. Lucci, what's going on, brother?
Of course he's not about John.
You gonna say it was a bang?
It was cinema,
Hey,
man.
hey,
Hit my
man. Hey,
music.
man. Hey, look, bro. Hit it, man. Oh, shit. Y'all got that in the clutch, huh? All right. I'm at work, though, man. I just came to listen real quick, man.
No
I don't know if
problem,
y'all can.
brother.
What you saying, Nico?
I pretty much just went on my little rant, man. Just saying again, I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm just talking about the brothers who are in charge of creative Lucci. I think they fumbling John Cena Hill run, man. I just think it's been real. Like, just think about this. We 6 months into the year. He done in December, which means you only got 6 more months. And when you really look at it, and he do the whole countdown of his dates thing, is an even less time. So when we do that, and then you give us what you give us every week with this creative for him, I just think it's very lackluster what they doing with this man's final run, man. It's kind of crazy to me.
Hold on 1 second.
I
That's how you feel?
disagree, man. I
That's
think
how all
he's
y'all
cinnamon,
feel?
man. Everything he do is perfect, you know.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, guys.
Wow,
Like, hey man, we ain't even get to the summer season yet, man. We just getting started, bro. Like, it's gonna turn up, bro. Hopefully, Hunter do something different or whatever. I haven't even been able to catch wrestling the last couple of weeks anyway, just like bits and pieces. So I don't really even know what happened on Saturday Night Live. I see some little highlights. Cody came back and shit like that, but uh, it's not what I ain't gonna lie. It's not what I expected. I expected a little bit more. But hopefully they about to turn it up. I mean, I'm ready for the punk shit. Like I told y'all bros last week, man. Like, come on, man. When we get the punk shit, bro, like that's the shit I feel like is gonna make it a little bit more interesting. But it seems to me like Cody trying to get back another title shot. Am I tripping?
See, see, I'm glad you
nah.
said that, Lucci. I'm glad you said that because to me,
See,
that's
like,
also when it's gonna turn up. When they get to the punk shit, like that's when we gonna get to the real hill shit. And I feel like they just gonna drag that out and then give it to us at the end of the year type of shit. But it do seem like Cody returned out. Like we ain't get there yet. We can talk about it at the end. But I'm with you. It do kind of look like they about to get right back to that Cody shit too. I'm not gonna lie. But
Oh yeah.
all right, so
I
I asked y'all a
mean,
question.
why not put
Talk to me.
Punk in a match? Why not let Punk? Well, Punk got some other shit going on, right? Nah,
But see,
I mean,
Edge, that shit don't make. That's what I'm saying, Lucci. That shit
yeah,
is
hold
crazy.
up. Is it? No, nah. And yeah, nah, I'm not fucking with it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Now that I think about it, I really haven't had time to sit down and watch it and analyze it and shit. But just thinking of what I've been seeing, it kind of don't even really make sense to me that Cody is, why Punk didn't come out to help him, so y'all can kind of get that shit squared away, for y'all, for future matches and shit or whatever. Why is Cody coming down to help him? I understand it, but I mean, not right now, Cody. Like, goddamn.
Who
Come
else
on,
was it
bro.
gonna be? Jimmy Uso? Punk just got
I ain't
Hey,
packed
gonna.
up
well,
by Bronson Reed.
yeah. Shit, I don't know, man. Somebody got to do something, man. Fuck all that. Bring the goat back, man. Come on, we need Vince at this point, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Bring Vince back, bro.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Yo, shut the fuck. Yo,
I hate y'all so much. Nah, all right. So I kind of let me see. I do agree with Lucci. Like I feel like once they get to the CM Punk storyline, it's
if
gonna
we get
pick up. If we get there now, because now that Lucci put that he asked that question, and it kind of makes sense of how I laid out the rest of the year for them too earlier, as far as like War Games and SummerSlam. If we not gonna get that at SummerSlam, where else do you have that the rest of the year? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where else do you get John Cena versus CM Punk? We don't get it at Money in the Bank or SummerSlam.
for Survivor Series, if that, maybe.
Also, right? Like, it got to be at one of those three. That to me, that would have been the only three that made sense. Like, other than that, never mind. I know what they're gonna do.
One of them little B-side pay-per-views like Bad Blood.
They're gonna take it over. They're gonna take it to Saudi. That's what they're gonna do, man. I don't even know why I'm sitting here doing this to myself. They're gonna take
Yeah.
it to Saudi.
Wow, Joel.
I just thought about it, man. Oh, that's ass. But yeah,
Do
that was my only thing. Go ahead, Dev.
I just want to ask everybody, if we do we truly believe that Cena ain't gonna wrestle after this year? You know how bald people be lying. He got that
God, I hope he don't.
horrendous. I don't think
Mm.
he's like. I think he's gonna retire. He's probably gonna wrestle after this year.
Stay
True.
away.
I'm not gonna lie. He might be the first wrestler that said, now this is also because Undertaker's my GOAT, right? So I might be a little traumatized, but he might be the first wrestler I actually believe when I hear them say they're gonna retire. Only, and again, I go back to that promo he cut. He was like, "Oh, it might have been the first promo. Might have been the second one he cut." But he was like, "Yeah, all the other dudes they tell y'all they're gonna retire, and then they keep coming back for a money grab. Like they keep showing up somehow. How did you retire, but you keep coming back? It don't make sense." He said, "But when he talk about it, and he was like, once we get to December, that's it. Like I don't plan on doing this no more. I kind of believe that, brother."
You get nothing, but we get all of your merch.
Yeah, so that's again, Cat. That's what I'm saying. Like to me, just creatively, it don't make sense. Like, and that's why I'm not gonna put any of this on him. Because if you ask me, before Elimination Chamber, he didn't think about a heel run, if you ask me. That came down to them two Ball brothers. And the second Ball brother said, all right, we don't want to go with your idea. So we're gonna do my idea. And then like we said earlier with Zelina, just told the brother to run with it. It ain't really give him nothing to go off of. So but I do think the whole you get nothing rollout would have been a lot better if I'm snatching all my merch off the shelves. Y'all literally are getting nothing from me but these last few dates. Like that to me would have hit a lot better. Go out there with a black t-shirt on. He did that for Mania. I thought it was fire. And that's what we got the all blacked out.
Yeah, the black
that was
Mania
fire.
is fire. Like those are fire.
Yeah, so like, or even if we go, all right, so if we're gonna sell merch, at least do the black merch. Do that.
If I was the type to be like a Lucci and buy some Cena merch, that would probably be it. But I just wouldn't because I'm a grown ass man with standards. So sorry.
I'm willing to give Jonathan enough credit on the actual initial heel turn. I think that night he executed it to perfection.
For sure.
Like, it was groundbreaking that night. I still kind of remember it.
For sure.
But
yeah, like way I'm giving shattered is crazy.
Oh, what's up?
Go ahead.
That.
No, you good. Go ahead.
But I think he's kind of becoming a hypocrite in kayfabe. He's doing, he's probably doing his best. But in kayfabe, remember what he said to Austin Theory when they were going back and forth? He was like, I don't believe you. You don't believe you. Something like that. Like, you don't believe what you're doing. You don't believe you're a champion. You don't believe what they propped you up to be. And now John Cena is in that exact same scenario. So I think this could be a great time to prop Theory up if they are going to put him as a baby face and run that back. I think that'd be poetic for both guys.
I'm not gonna lie.
Do you have enough time to tell that story though? I mean, especially what Theory is right now. You know what? Yeah, you do because hell.
I'm about to say because I don't even know if it got to culminate in a match.
It just gave Ron.
That's what I'm saying.
Like a match where he's done absolutely nothing to earn it.
He wrestled R-Truth. Theory earned it, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, and I beat you at WrestleMania, so technically I did earn it.
Yeah, that will make more sense than this. Ron Cena shit.
He's earned it more than Cody.
I mean, I see what you mean by the hypocrite thing too, because kind of what he said to Cody could also apply. Like, dog, everything you just said to him, you kind of don't believe this with yourself from this heel form. So come on.
Yeah, a kayfabe.
Yeah. All right, so hold on. Let me see. Where was we? Okay. So the next match we got was Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, steel cage match, man. To me,
love it.
Clearly the last match in this feud. And this is when I'm going to point out the importance of having heel commentators as well. Like, because Jesse Ventura did a great job with the finish of this match. I think showing why you kind of need the heel announcer sometimes. Or the heel commentator, rather. So we get through the match. Again, now this is what we were referring to earlier where we talk about you can tell when two people are kind of working hurt. So the match is kind of produced in a way so that they both don't get further hurt. And I think you kind of saw that play out on TV last night during this match. For what it's worth, the shit that they did do during this match still was mad physical. So I do want to give these brothers props. But reports are that Drew technically cannot turn his head all the way to the left. Something's wrong with his neck. And Priest, Jesus Christ. Priest is having a back issue after the whole. They both got hurt on that one move at Backlash with the table and shit. So,
damn.
Yeah.
I didn't.
So, they saying both of them pretty banged up. I get okay. So after the match, I'll get through the rest of the match. But after the match, also they reported that this was Drew being written off TV for a while. So the brother is really hurt.
Yep.
So, get well soon to that, brother.
Quick question I want to ask, man. Like, cause this actually made me want to ask even more now. From brothers fighting the same person week after week, and then having to fight hurt, wrestle hurt, and everything. Like, do you really think they have a problem with what's going on behind the scenes with the creative writing, or they just like, man, we signed the contract, we have to go out here and produce?
Drew does. Yeah. I know he does.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Drew, I feel like he's a professional, so it's like for him, it's work. It's like whatever, like dog. Especially if he can work through it. If he feels like he can like wrestle through the ailments or whatever, then I feel like Drew is always down. Damian, I won't say that he's against it. I just feel like he's newer to this type of aspect. First of all, of not being newer to the main roster, but just like he a main focal point of SmackDown now. So that's one thing. Two, he
Yeah.
might not have ever been hurt like this before. So this also could be like his real first injury. So he probably didn't you feel me? So he may not know how to. I mean, don't let me not say that because he clearly worked the match, so he's clearly a professional about it. So I will say that they both they both were professionals about it. Now, how they feel about it behind the scenes, I'm sure they would much rather not wrestle. Don't get me wrong, Quiz. Like, especially if these injuries are as serious as they being said to be, I would assume they would want some time off. But again, it's just them being professionals.
I think for Damian, he's in much less of a position to even hint at having an issue with his booking right now, versus Drew, who respectfully is kind of wrestling below his pay grade, in my opinion. He's kind of, he went from CM Punk to Rollins, right? It was CM Punk. Where was he after Punk? Did he go straight to Priest? It was Rollins, Punk, and then somebody, but Punk to Priest for this long. Priest is cool. He's a good worker, but to be in a program with Priest, a follow-up program with Priest for this long is below his pay grade, and I would think that he probably has an issue with it. But he signed a really long contract, so there's no point in voicing it.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not gonna lie. Especially after the whole I agree with Dev. He signed up for this pretty much. Like, and you kind of let these brothers do this to you. It is what it is. Like I said, they started the year out, and it looked like you was gonna get that main storyline, not the main one, a main storyline at WrestleMania where you finally get back to Roman Reigns, where you can kick his ass or whatever. And then that was just suddenly dropped, so that got snatched from you. Then, if you really want to be technical about it, when he won a championship and it was like he had a little run, it was during COVID, so he had to be in the Thunderdome and all that other shit. So I can confidently say we've never seen a Drew McIntyre title run with fans around where we see how like they react to him and shit like that. So I'm sure deep down inside he feels some type of way about that. Like, damn, I'm doing all this hard work. I pretty much just had feud of the year last year. And now I'm working with Damian Priest. My WrestleMania match was Damian Priest. And I don't want to say it like Damian Priest is a scrub, but it's like almost like Dev said, it's kind of
Step down
at this point. Yeah. It's like, come on, man. Like y'all just had me chasing after Roman Reigns and I end up facing Damian Priest. How?
Not the match itself, but a series of matches with Damian. He's been like, they're catfishing him. They've been catfishing Drew for almost 4 or 5 years, with the exception of Punk. And that 5-second title reign, that's very disrespectful. And then not have him even go near it. His his one day with the briefcase and a 5-second title reign, and the briefcase wasn't successful, or his cash-in wasn't successful. They hate him, but they don't want him to go to AEW. So, but they hate him.
He would kill shit in AEW though.
Kill it?
That ain't killing AEW.
They would treat him like
booked it right.
They would treat him like Aleister Black.
No,
He'll have a full angle
in under a year.
You say he'll be a world champion?
He'd replace Moxley in under a year. And yeah, he would be a world champion.
Yeah.
They'd ship Moxley straight to Japan if TK had Drew.
It seems like they do this with everybody though. Like you look at Chad Gable, it seems like he just getting stringed along. He just signed a new contract too, but he's doing goofy shit. It just seems like a lot of people get put in this position.
They dangle a title, just like you said, Chad Gable. They dangled Gunther. Like, that was such a cool thing to potentially do, have him end Gunther's reign. That was almost as big as Roman's. Like, that's such a big thing they could have gave him, but it was just a catfish because once he signed his new deal, what was he doing? Didn't they put him with Uncle Howdy after he signed a new deal?
Yep.
I'm talking. It might have been the same night he signed his deal. They did that shit.
That Gunther
I would have
Yeah, that's how they get them. They sign a new contract, and it's like,
got a better idea for you.
Do whatever we want you to do now. We already got you paid, so What we tell you.
And Gable has something
Alexa
good with
Bliss
Cody.
put her back that damn doll.
I hate that doll.
I hate that gimmick. I ain't gonna hold you.
All right, so hold on. Let's talk about the finish to this match too. So that's why I brought up Jesse Ventura. So again, this is also something I don't enjoy about cage matches. Like I've never understood this thing. So we get towards the
Shout
end
out
of the
Uncle
match.
Jesse.
Yes, I fuck with Buddy on commentary. But so we get to the end of the match. This is also when I knew Drew was getting written off TV. So Damian Priest ends up hitting a concerto on Drew McIntyre middle of the ring. And just my problem with these cage matches. What is the point of a cage match if I can just tell somebody open the cage door so I can walk out of here? I just don't understand that part of it. And I understood Jesse Ventura's frustration with it. And to me, that wasn't, like, you could tell it's not scripted at all. Like, he really felt like that last night. It's like, dog, this
Oh
is
shoot,
dumb. What is
he
this?
was
Like, why?
dead ass.
Yeah,
For
like,
real,
why is this
because
the finish to a match? I just don't understand.
back in the day, you had to climb on top of the cage and then climb down to win, correct? Because I don't even remember it being pinfalls and shit in the Hell in a Cell. Or not Hell in a Cell, steel cage match. Like, when the
Exactly.
hell
Like,
did pinfalls become able to win? Like, nah, niggas used to have to climb to the top, maybe get knocked down back into the ring if the nigga climbed up there with you. But it was, last night was mad confusing to me.
it's just, again, another wacky finish to a match. But yeah, I think that's the egregious part about cage matches these days. It's like, dog, if I can just open the door and walk out, did we really need to put a cage here? Like, we could have just had a regular fucking match. If I'm just gonna be able to walk out of here and be claimed a winner. I do think too, Damian Priest pausing on the steps, acting like he was gonna go back into the ring, and then finally just stepping down off the steps played more into that. Where it's like, you kind of let the crowd down with this, my nigga. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they was all expecting you to get back in the ring and beat his ass some more. That's the kind of feud y'all have had. Like, to be honest, that's the kind of feud y'all have had. So it only would have been right if this y'all last match together to go all out. Again, me personally, I understand y'all was hurt, so I get it. But just from a entertainment aspect, you can't have this match finished by walking out of the cage. There's no way, man.
So for me, I like the door exiting option, because for heels though, I think that works for a lot more for heels, because you remember like baby faces try to exit out that door and like interference where a nigga slammed the cage in the nigga face or something. Like, that's why I like the door. So, but
Yeah, I
it
get it
works
from
a lot
when you
more
say
for
that.
heels. Baby faces walking out is ass, but when a heel do it, it's fire.
Yeah, I see what you mean, because I kind of agree with that too. Like, as far as yeah. If the baby faces do that, it's kind of ass. That's why I say he kind of let the crowd down with that. Not him either. I'm just talking about creatively. Like, that kind of finish when you got the baby face going over, is like, dog, we can't have him walk out of the front of the of the cage. There's just no way. Come on, climb it. You supposed to be like, it's almost like the superhero of the match. Like, that's what the baby face supposed to be in a cage match. Like, you showing us you the superhero by being able to escape this match from the bad guy. That's how it usually works. But yeah, last night was kind of crazy. That's why I understood the frustration on commentary. It's like, dog, what the fuck are we doing? This is also a sidebar, have nothing to do with this conversation. I'm sorry, Dev. You can finish after this. But the fact that they are getting AEW pay-per-view tonight, NXT pay-per-view, and Game 3 at 8 o'clock is fucking nuts. I'm not gonna lie.
And The Last of Us finale.
Yep, that
That
is
shit about to
tonight.
end at
Oh
like
wait, today's the finale.
That shit is ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, today is the finale.
Oh, they getting all right now.
They only did Last of Us only did 8 episodes.
It was
I believe so. I haven't watched it, but I saw that on the timeline earlier. People saying it's the
Yeah.
finale, so I guess so.
Yeah, some
Ellie
definitely not
gonna have to
until tomorrow.
Okay. Sidebar. Tomorrow we having a small little OT junior in the room because Last of Us, y'all gotta get punched on. Y'all gotta take this walk with us.
He said OT Junior. That's hilarious.
I watched the first 4 episodes.
OT of the OT.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be right there with you because I think there's pros and cons about. I like the
There you
action.
go, Cash.
I never watched the show.
I played the game. Anyone played the game?
I never played the video game either.
Wiz, I advise
don't
you
know.
to play the game before you watch the show, brother.
Yeah,
They
for
still got
sure.
that bad, man. Like, cause remember Winning Time? That show was fire, but they cut it short.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's
yeah,
crazy.
that's
I always thought that was crazy because everybody said how fire that show was, and then they cut it.
Yeah.
that shit
I
was
know they
fire.
had Mac Johnson out there looking crazy.
Yeah, they
Oh,
cut it
that's how
off
you
right
got
before
HIV.
he announced that he had HIV.
Now, if you watch the show, you can see how he got it.
Jesus.
Sorry, like that man was out here doing work.
Oh my God.
But let's get to it, man. Y'all know, come on, man. We can do this. Let's
Oh, I
get
have
to the
one
main
more
event.
thing about
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, my fault. Go ahead.
when Damien paused like that, this is quick. When he paused like that, it kind of made me think like something was gonna happen. You know, it took too long. Like if you're gonna do it, rip the Band-Aid off. That's what like I think that's where I really understood Jesse's frustration and I was confused because I was like, if he's gonna pause like that, you know how they focus on cinema. I was like, somebody's gonna run in and like push him back in and save Drew and like introduce somebody, you know, because the match wasn't good. So at least maybe somebody makes a debut of some sort. But no, they just, you know, it fell flat to me. That's all.
I Dragunov would have been great coming back for this.
For
Yeah,
Damien,
You bring Dragunov.
has he recovered?
I don't think so.
That's a good
yeah.
question because they have not given us an update on him.
He is half saying.
We think
Should be close by
Bronson
now.
Reed's coming back, so he came
He
back. So
should be close at some point because it was about a year. Was it an ACL or something?
yep.
Yeah, towards
Torn
ACL.
ACL.
Another
He's
side
fine,
note,
like half
KO
dead.
also still hasn't had surgery, so I don't know. I guess his neck may be more damaged than they think because they say they still didn't have surgery and he got to go through one more scan. So continue to pray for Kevin Owens.
Yeah, he's
I think
out
he
for
said
a
he was
while.
still
I
looking
thought
for like
Kevin
other
Lim had
options.
surgery.
Nah,
Not yet.
I guess he's still weighing the options.
they say he already gonna miss next year's WrestleMania.
Yeah, he gonna be out for like probably like 2 years, I would say. Yeah,
I
that's
think
like yeah.
I
Neck
think he'll
injuries, yeah.
I think he'll be back sooner than we think.
Cause yeah, that's what it sounded like in his video too. He is trying to get like another opinion, so it do sound like he's trying to see if it's as bad as they saying it is. Cause if not, he'll just wrestle through it, I guess. But again, I guess we'll see eventually. But let's get to the main event, man. I know why Quizzle was here. You know, actually, I don't know if this is why you're here. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I know Trav wanted to be here for this and for that R-Truth shit. But we get Jey Uso versus Logan Paul for the World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of the night. I will be remiss to make a joke here. I have to do it. This is the first time Jey has main evented since becoming world champion. Not necessarily because he's main evented on Raw. But if we're talking PLEs or big shows, this is his first one. And again, to me, this match came on. Let me say, because this went off what like 10:30. This match came on like 10:15. I'm not gonna lie.
Did y'all
on
get
like
leading up to this?
you said what?
The segment that was leading up to this.
Oh, you're right. Boom. Before we even get there, we get a backstage interaction between Jey Uso as he's on his way to the ring, it looks like, and Jonathan Cena. So Jay gave him a look. Like again, we an hour in, so this is how I'll be talking, like second hour type of shit. Jay looked at him like, what the fuck is this nigga doing right here? Like John Cena want to talk to me? What the fuck? John, you know what I'm saying? Right there. And then Jay goes, pretty much, you know, John, the last time I saw you, I was throwing your ass out of the Royal Rumble, man. Now look at us. And John Cena said, you know what? You're right. It is the last time you saw me. But you know, the next time I'm gonna see you is actually now, because you about to go out there and face Logan Paul. One, I hate when they do that. I'm just put that out. Just me being me. I hate when they do that. What the fuck? That's like saying the name of a movie in the movie. What the fuck are we doing? But he says,
what?
Yeah, I hate that shit. Like, what the fuck are we doing, my nigga? But he's like, the next time I see you, it's gonna be next, actually, right on television, just like everybody else is watching the show. When you go out there and face Logan Paul, a YouTuber, for your championship, and it's ironic because my whole thing is I want to ruin wrestling. How else can I ruin wrestling more than walking away with this title and then leaving that title with a YouTuber? So again, brother Triple H, we gotta. If you want to be Mr. Unpredictable, sorry, Paul Levesque, I apologize, Scooter. If you want to be Mr. Unpredictable, I think you should try to not do predictable shit like this. You know, I just think you shouldn't do these kind of segments, but whatever, cool. We get to the match. Yeah, it came on at 10:15. The show's over at 10:30. And somehow, again, ladies and gentlemen, they found a way to fit commercials in that 15 minutes. I can't believe it, but I believe it. Cool. Cool little match, too. Maybe I'm bugging. Cool little match back and forth. For it to be as fast of a match, I feel like they was doing all right. I'm like, oh, shit. Again, the brother Logan Paul does not have bad matches, man. I'm just going to keep saying this every time he get in the ring. He don't have bad matches. And as champion so far, Jay hasn't had a bad match. But you know what he has had constantly is bad finishes to his matches. And it's not his fault. Again, it's not. Because somebody, maybe one of y'all, again, could correct me on this. But this is about the third time in 4 weeks for Jay that his match ends where the bell don't ring, nobody gets disqualified, nothing. The match is just over. But we get to the end point of the match where it looks like Jay's about to win. You know what I'm saying? Hits his moves. He's going for the 1, 2, 3. He covers Logan Paul. But then you hear the crowd again. Once they start doing this, you know something's going on. You hear them cheering a little bit. Or they're getting excited at least. Maybe not cheering. Jonathan Cena makes his way to the ring to pull the ref out of the ring. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a no disqualification match. I don't know why the ref is just allowed to get his ass whooped now, but he is. I don't know. Maybe it's the new uniform. I don't know what they got going on. But yeah, he pulls the ref out of the ring. They get in there to start jumping Jay. That's just what this turned into. We're going to beat his ass until you win the championship, Logan. That's just what it is. So as they setting up for that, it was speculation all week. You know, and this is why I really wish Trav was here, because I feel like he said this, but it's cool. But speculation all week. Shit, even more speculation the day before when the brother showed up in a 3-piece suit at Disneyland. I'll get to that in a different OT. But it happened, ladies and gentlemen. The American Nightmare made his return late last night at Saturday Night Event. In a tracksuit again. So he had. Oh no, I got to do it now because I got to do it now. So you had the tracksuit, you had it, and decided to go to Disneyland in the 3-piece. It's no way he's comfortable on those roller coasters doing this. It's just no way. Brandy was in a dress. It's almost like they was going to prom. I don't know what was happening, but Cody, I hate it. That's the only thing I really hate about Cody. Like, we have to stop this politician shit, man. Jesus,
I will
put on a
never
tracksuit.
for being stylish.
This shit is crazy. Man.
Hey yo, bro, he really was on a roller coaster with a 3-piece.
So yeah,
suit.
Cody returns last night.
That's diabolical. That's diabolical work right there.
Cody returned last night, man, to save Jey Uso, and pretty much what we all knew was coming. I don't want to say they're done adding to this match yet, but we're going to take it for what was announced last night. Cody gets in the ring, says, "You know what? Yeah, this whole ruin wrestling shit, we over it. You've already ruined enough. So how about this? John Cena and Logan Paul, how about you meet me and my brother Jey Uso at Money in the Bank for a tag match?" And that's how Saturday night's main event goes off the air, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it went off the air. Cody returns and challenges John Cena to a tag team match.
But you know what really made me mad? This nigga John Cena tried to choke Jay with that short ass towel. That shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong? That short ass towel. He tried to choke.
He pulled out the. I'm not gonna lie. He did find the washcloth spawned from nowhere, and he tried to choke him with it. I said, "What the fuck is happening tonight, man?" That's how you know my son not used to be in the hill. Like, what the fuck is going on, man?
Yeah, like what?
Washcloth.
Yo, speaking of which, I know y'all probably talked about the match, but the way he was beating the bricks off of R-Truth, took off his. Why he take his flag out his pocket like that and toss it?
I missed it actually. I didn't see him do
Quiz,
that.
you know why? You
He
know
didn't
why,
beat the
Quiz?
earrings off of him.
That's why. That's why, Quiz. He beat the shit out of him because he wore the same shit he had onto the ring. That's what happened, man. We can
As he should.
But this kind of ending is very, very consistent with what WWE does. It's really it mirrors the Bad Blood where they had who headlined it just so Rock could show up.
That would be
There.
Cody and Roman versus Solo and Jacob, I believe.
And knowing damn well it should have been Punk and Drew
Clearly.
that closed it. But
Yeah, that closed the show for sure.
they prioritized this so we could get an entrance, you know? That's silly.
All right, so my first question to brothers, because this is the honest bunch up here that I got. So I like talking to y'all brothers. So first question, do you think Cody returned too soon?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Too soon.
I'm kind of leaning towards yeah.
You can't argue that.
Cause like, dog, I'm just gonna be honest, man. Again,
Yeah, he
I feel
pulled
like
up. But
yeah, like I feel like y'all made him look bad enough at WrestleMania, and then having him show up and be like, you know what I want to do? A tag team match with Jey Uso. I feel like it's like you are trying to purposely humiliate Cody Rhodes at this point now, because like I got my ass. I'm just gonna be. I got my ass whooped at Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me get my ass whooped at WrestleMania by Travis Scott. Like I just. And then the first thing you want me to do after returning from that is have a tag team match against the brother with Logan Paul and Jey Uso. I just don't understand these things. Like, I get not having him go for the title immediately. Like, I get that part of it. But dog, a tag team match? Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? I feel bad for Cody at this point. I'm just gonna be honest. I kind of feel bad for Cody at this point. I'm the QB. That's what we going with here. Again, this is me breaking kayfabe. I apologize, man. But if this is the QB of the new era, man, why are we making these decisions to have him do these matches? And this is also with me knowing that him and Jay were also tag team champions at some point last year. So it's not like a makeshift tag team, but it is. We just gonna call it what it is. It is. Y'all had them do that for 2 weeks. Now you got him returning after losing his title and losing to somebody that y'all crowned now, clearly, because y'all announce it this way every time the brother shows up. To the greatest of all time. The first thing I'm gonna do is come back and challenge the nigga to a tag team match. Like somebody make this make sense for me, man.
It doesn't.
Yeah, Cody undeserved way better. Both of those guys. Everybody except Logan deserved better than this.
Everybody except Logan was
hold
funny.
y'all.
That's hilarious.
Hey yo, like I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like this whole
That's kind of, but see, it goes back
to
to like what I said about a couple matches at WrestleMania too. Like some of this shit just don't. Like a lot of people deserve better in some of these things. And right now, I feel like Cody is getting the shit end of the stick, man. This shit is ass. This shit is very ass, bro. Like I'm gonna break kayfabe again, man. Bug, I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. But this is what I left AEW for, man. Like I just don't understand either. Like this is what I left for. I left to go be a joke over here too. Like what the fuck is going on? What is going on? I went from being your top champion, your biggest draw, to let me get a tag team match at Money in the Bank. I can't fucking believe it, son.
Nobody asked for this match
at all.
No.
I sure didn't.
Nobody
for sure.
for this match at all. Like wasn't nobody
They didn't even
clamoring
ask
for this match.
Liberty for this. And I'm not going to specify who Liberty is. Yo, if you know, you know. They didn't ask Liberty for this. Cause she probably would have said no to this. So what the fuck are we doing? Like, and just to know that on the horizon, again, this is all speculation, but on the horizon that they are potentially adding Travis Scott and Jimmy to this match, I am going to lose my fucking mind. I promise I am.
Yo, if
Bad
Travis
Bunny's been
Scott
added.
is in this match, I'm good, bro.
That
If
was
Travis
another
Scott
thing
is in
being
this
floated
match,
around.
I'm
Oh
so
my.
okay.
Travis Scott is.
It's because that shit in LA. You know what I mean?
I heard Bad
Money.
Bunny was getting added.
It's all about the money. Money
At
and
least Bad
views.
Bunny.
That is
That is facts. It is LA. I forgot about that too. So,
Yeah,
but
it's in
I forgot this
Cali.
new book rollout we doing too, man. Smack White. I
Money in
see
the
what's going on.
views.
Yes.
That's what we here for
Yeah,
now,
Like
I
white.
forgot,
man.
man. I forgot.
You fucking mark!
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, as well as hit that notification bell to stay alerted.